so good. Legend has it she sold her soul. Grandma was an anarchist. She taught me mosh pit etiquette. She had a mohawk that was green. She started a fanzine and a band. She played CBGBs with the Damned. She was the best you'll ever see. Grandma taught me how to rock. Grandma taught me how to roll. Nobody knows how she got so good. Legend has it she sold her soul. Grandma taught me how to rock. Grandma taught me how to roll. Nobody knows how she got so good. Legend has it she sold her soul. I'm really bad with names, at least according to old what's his face. I never seize the day. When the going gets tough, it's easier to quit. I received a lifetime underachievement award. It's a participation trophy for being poor. Someday we will look back and say, remember when we were gonna procrastinate? We never did, but we're gonna do it one day. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? I multitask all day. I have depression and anxiety. I never mean what I say. I don't say what I mean unless I lie. I received a lifetime underachievement award. It's a participation trophy for being poor. Someday we will look back and say, remember when we were gonna procrastinate? We never did, but we're gonna do it one day. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's the good advice that turned out to be cake. 10,000 spoons when you're in a knife fight. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? I never seize the day. When the going gets tough, it's easier to quit.
Living Room Show. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out tonight. And by coming out tonight, I mean for staying in tonight and being here with us. Really appreciate it. Also, we have just solved the mystery of what Ron and Laura are always watching on the side. In addition to watching the show, they're apparently watching hockey. Hockey, it's going on. Very exciting. Thank you all so much for being here. It's 2025. We did it. Yeah, a couple of changes over here at the Living Room Show, and by couple of, I mean one. It's just me. It's just me running things going forward. So there we go. Let's see how I do. I'm so nervous. My palms are so sweaty. You guys have no idea how sweaty my palms are right now. I single-handedly ended the drought in New York City just with my palms. That's how I did it. But yeah, very happy to have all of you here. I'm looking around. I think, is anyone here for the first time? Your first time watching us here at the the Living Room Show, go ahead and unmute yourself for a moment and say hello, or go ahead and type in the chat where you are from. I think we've got mostly regular people. I'll do the announcements really quickly. By regular people, I mean regulars. You're all regular people, normal people, exciting people. This is stand-up comedy on Zoom, viewed perfectly in speaker view. Hit that button up in the corner and make it so we are in speaker view. If you're in gallery view right now, hey, no one's judging. Watch however you want. We suggest speaker view. That's one of the best ways to see this show. If you are somewhere with not too much background noise and you can unmute yourself, please do unmute yourself so we can hear your awesome, amazing laughter. It is very much appreciated. But if you are somewhere with a lot of background noise, if you currently are sitting next to a Zamboni that is warming up, getting ready to go resurface the ice, and you can't unmute yourself, then at least turn your cameras on. Let us see your beautiful, smiling faces. We really appreciate it. It just helps us to see you laughing and enjoying yourself and having a great time. Just don't smile when the Zamboni goes by. You may get some ice in the face. I'm telling you, that ice is gross. You don't want that. You don't want to drink that ice, swallow that ice. Next announcement. This is a free stand-up comedy show. If you want to show the comics some love, if you're having a great time, you can send us tips. You can do that using the email livingroomcomedy@gmail.com. You can find us on Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle. I'm currently saving up enough to start a Zamboni company. I'm skipping the middleman. I'm not even going to save up to buy a Zamboni. I just want to own the whole company that rents them out for all those pop-up ice skating rinks. I don't know about you guys. That's what I do. I spend the whole winter when I see a pop-up ice skating rink, and I'm just like, so what do these Zambonis do the rest of the year? They just sit there? Because the indoor rinks, they've got their Zambonis and their drivers. Who would have thought? Real seasonal market. Zamboni skilled drivers needed. Please apply. We just need you from December through March. And after that, when this rink goes away. All right, everybody. I think we're having a great time. I'm excited for all of you here. Guys, your MC is absolutely fantastic. We love having him. Let's hear it right now for me, everybody. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm pumped to be here with all of you. I feel like this may be the first. It feels like the first night that has not been Hanukkah for the first time in like 3 weeks. Like, it feels like Hanukkah's been going on for just the longest time so far. And I did just light my Shabbat candles. I can't get enough of my candle lighting. I just want to keep lighting candles. And my daughter had her birthday a couple days ago. We're just lighting candles left and right. All right, we're lighting every candle you can possibly imagine. That you can think of. I just want to light, and then we're going to light fireworks next in our apartment, in our one-bedroom apartment. We're just going to light some fireworks just to keep it going. We this year for Halloween, my daughter dressed up as a panda. Very exciting. She has this amazing panda outfit. It's like a full body, full zip panda outfit, and she's absolutely adorable. But I think my favorite part was after Halloween when she took it off and she was just running around in her underwear, because she was holding the panda outfit by the feet of the panda outfit and just kind of running around the apartment, just clutching this. Well, it looked like a panda skin. Like, it looked like she was a poacher who had just slaughtered a panda and was just parading around our apartment with her trophy. And
it tastes like chicken.
She was just screaming, running around. I don't know if she cured the panda meat to eat later. I don't know if she made panda jerky or what, but she just had this thing and looked like a lunatic running around with it as it smacked every surface in our apartment running around. It was absolutely great. Happy almost congestion pricing day here in New York City. Who's excited? Huh? It's going to be, it got negotiated down from $18 to $9. It's only half high. I don't know why they didn't go with a full 18. Huh? Where are the other Jews? Just me? Okay. And my parents? There's no other Jews who get my high reference. CHAI is 18. It's good luck. It's interesting because I was listening to the radio when I was driving, and I love the people that they interview to get their take on any current events. If you don't know what congestion pricing is, it's going to be an extra toll that you pay when entering Manhattan because it's congested, and this is pricing on the congestion. It's kind of a misnomer. It should be like a decongestion pricing because that's the idea, is you're trying to remove the congestion with this pricing. It sounds like you're being charged a fee to get congested. But the idea is that you pay this toll if you're going to be entering Manhattan below 60th Street. And they interviewed some lady who was just like, $9? No way. Won't be taking too many trips into the city to go see Broadway shows anymore. And I was like, all right, first of all, lady, you have not seen a Broadway show in a long time. You definitely are not the type. Also, second of all, like $9. You mean your family of four that was going to spend $200 to $300 at a restaurant and then another $200 to $300 for a Broadway show? Like the $9 is what moved the needle. Now you can't afford that. Like that's what's going to do it. Okay, well, you know what? Stay home. I am excited to be able to walk the streets. I'm just going to walk in the car lanes of all the streets in Manhattan. That's my plan. Now that there will be no congestion anymore, that's going to be it. And I'm very pumped. I'm excited for congestion pricing. I am pro congestion. Get the Sudafed out of here. Let's see what else is going on in my life. I know you were all wondering. I know that a lot of you have questions for me. I have taught my now 3-year-old daughter how to make espresso. I have taught her how to use my coffee bean grinder. I've taught her how to use the tamper. She's not very good at it yet. She knows how to turn the machine on. She knows how to like push her chair over and climb up. I still have to help her with some stuff, but she knows which button turns the machine on, which button has the water go through the machine. She even knows to smell it, and she says, "Ooh, that smells good." She doesn't drink it yet, and then she completes it perfectly. She'll say, "Espresso for Eric." Espresso for Eric. She really nailed it. She gives you the full barista experience. She's rude, mad that you're there. You know, the way a barista is supposed to be. That's like the Brooklyn mentality, by the way. I live in Brooklyn, and that is if you go into any store, they just are like so confused and annoyed that another human would come in and be a patron. They just kind of give you this look. They're just like, why did you walk in to this restaurant? I don't understand. What do you think? I'm just gonna like bring food to you? Like they just seem so confused that they're supposed to do their job at their job. I don't know why that's so scary for them. Everyone, before I forget, I'm gonna do a quick plug right now. The holidays may be over, but it is never too late to get a holiday card for all your favorite friends and family. And this is me right now promoting my holiday cards that are on. You can get their digital downloads. I got them on Etsy. If you guys want them, my favorite one, by the way, my new front runner is the one I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus, which is weird because we're Jewish. That's my favorite holiday card. I think you guys should get that. Give it to all the Gentiles in your family. They will love it. All right. They would really enjoy it. Guys, I don't really know what this next joke is, but I did email it to myself in the middle of the night. I just emailed myself the lovely pun Jurassic Parkour.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what the joke is. I don't know if the only way to escape from the dinosaurs is to do parkour and jump on things and balance and do flips. Or if it's that, maybe the raptors learned parkour and that's what's going on. And that's how they got out of their cages. Is they're just swinging on stuff and they jumped on the fence, then jumped on the tree branch and then flipped and then they're just incredible. And that's it, Jurassic Parkour. If one of you can figure out what will make that incredibly funny, please let me know. All right, send me a text, send me an email, send me a tip on Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle, whatever it is that it will take, and I will figure out why that joke is or is not funny. All right, everybody. One other thing. Oh, this is guys, this is big news. I recently went to the dentist. I got a cleaning. I don't know. I feel like dentist is a pretty standard job. There's not too much craziness that you got to do with being a dentist. But I was at a dentist. I had this like chip in my tooth. This was a couple years ago, and I had to get this chip filled in. And then like a few months later, it chipped off again. I had to go get it filled in again. The next day, it chipped off again. Very frustrating. And I went back, and my dentist was like, "Hey, you know what? This time, I'm gonna play around a little." I was like, I'm sorry, you're gonna what? In my mouth? Yeah, can you not play at all? I don't want you to have any fun whatsoever. That sounds awful. Yeah, you can't be jokey like that. You can't make comments like that. You can't be like in the middle of a flight and have the captain come on and be like, hey everybody, make sure your seatbelts are fastened. I want to try something. I saw it in a movie. You can't do that. All right. That's very scary. Everybody, we have an absolutely amazing show. We've got 3 great comics for all of you. I am so excited to keep the show rocking and rolling. How are you guys feeling? Are we feeling good? We're feeling pumped? Yeah. All right, everybody. We're going to have a great time. We got 2 different people in the audience named Sean. That's rare, but that's exciting. I'm pretty excited about that as well. It's going to be a wild show. Give the comics a lot of love. Give them a lot of energy, and we're going to have a great time. I'm excited for this first comic. We just recently did a show together on Zoom yesterday, and I believe both of us even did a lot of the same jokes. So she's absolutely hilarious. So excited to have her. I'm here right now for Julia Stone, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron. I will do the same jokes in your honor. It would be rude not to, honestly. So, but I will say, that being said, you're talking about Christmas did remind me that I don't think my family was completely trashy, but for Christmas we used to leave beer for Santa, so it does explain a lot. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it never occurred to us for milk. Not only did we leave beer for Santa, there would be 3 empty cans in the morning when we woke up. That's where we're coming from. So that is the new thing I will say today. But that's it. This might be actually a good segue. I did just get out of a relationship. Can't do relationships, apparently. Didn't have good role models. I could tell my relationship was in decline because we got into a serious fight at a mini golf course. The fight was big. The fight was huge. Not everything there is small, it turns out. So it did make me wonder, though, how much worse the fight could have been had we been playing golf to scale. Like, maybe. It was nice, though, in a way, because it was the first time I'd had a fight and had the foresight to rent clubs for it. So that was nice. Before we broke up, he and we went to couples counseling, and it's actually my second relationship going to a couples counselor, so I had to find a new one. I can't show up to the same couples counselor, just like, hey, me again. You know what I mean? I think that's a problem. So, but I feel like if I did go to the same couples counselor, I'd just show up and she'd be like, oh, is this the same guy? And I'd be like, oh no, he's different. And she'd be like, he sounds the same. I'd be like, he's different. Okay. It has to be different. But some people were happy that we broke up because when we were together, we were the type of couple that when we would go out to eat, we would sit next to each other on the same side of the restaurant booth. Which does agitate some people. I think they're scared we might start feeding each other, But I have a friend who particularly always hated when couples did that. She's just like, I don't know why you say it like that. It's like you can't even talk to each other, which is not actually how talking works. Like you don't have to be looking at each other to do it. Like, she might be thinking of drawing each other. So. But I personally don't know why it's considered the standard to face each other while you eat. I don't think eating is a good look. Like, I've never been home alone eating and thought to myself, I wish somebody I was attracted to could see me like this. You know what I mean? But my ex was a romantic guy, but he just didn't have he was bad at follow through. 3 separate times I asked him to get me flowers, and 3 separate times he came home from the grocery store and told me he thought about getting me flowers. Yeah, I don't know if anyone has ever tried to give you a thought as a gift, but I actually think his mistake was telling me that he thought about it. I don't know if he expected me to think that him getting me flowers needed a 5-year plan. I don't know. So it's weird. But it was a tough breakup because we lived together, and when you live together, your relationship has to get pretty bad before you will, end it. It has to get to the point where you're like, I would rather move a couch than sit on one next to you. So. And, it was pretty bad because he had a dog. So it's I had to dislike him more than I loved the dog, So again, it has to get pretty bad. So that's just sad because we all think of me not seeing the dog now, but she's great. She's the best thing. She's good. But everyone talks about how hard it is to be single. I think for me, the thing I find difficult is that I don't know how to have crushes on people. I only know how to have fantasies.
Ooh.
It's more I don't know how to look at a man and just be like, oh, he looks cute. I only know how to look at a man and just be like, he looks like he could save me from all this. You know what I mean? He looks like he could turn a ship around, One of my friends thought it would be fun to try speed dating. So she and I were looking up different events, and one of them made the mistake of giving you the address before you bought a ticket. So we just showed up to the event. We went, we took a look around and saved $40. So did you guys know speed dating could be even faster, actually, just a quick glance around the room, So, but yeah, I don't know where that $40 was going. It wasn't quality control. Me and my boyfriend, one of the reasons we broke up is because he's very aloof. He doesn't have follow through, and I'm detail oriented, or as some people would call it, petty. They call it petty. A lot of people like to call you petty when you're detail oriented. But I've never turned in a report, a work report, and had that be the feedback. So I think that it's misplaced. But I also think people just look down on you for being petty. They'll just be like, an eye for an eye leaves the world blind. And I don't think that's true. I think an eye for an eye leaves the world filled with a lot of one-eyed people being a little more careful. Just thinking it through next time, But I'm petty. One of the things that will make me instantly dislike someone is when people tell you movie spoilers. I feel like people who tell you movie spoilers are basically being like, hey, I know you could watch it as it was meant to be seen, but I'm a little bit of a storyteller myself. So,
Yes.
I'm just like, I would rather hear it from Spielberg. I think he does it better. You know what I mean? But I'm petty, but I try not to gossip too much about people. But if I find out 2 people I know both hate the same person, I will start a group text.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I think you should prepare to feel validated. It's about to be a good day for you, But I think, but men often say that they're gossiping is really associated with women instead of men. And I don't think that's true because men like history, and that's the closest thing they'll do to it. They're just like, hey, I like hearing about events, people in conflict, but since everyone's dead, it's intellectual now, So, but one of the petty things about me is a key example of my pettiness is that I have so my name is Julia, but I have a coworker who consistently emails me as Julie. And she's my enemy now. Like, that's all it takes. The hostility I feel for her will long outlive how long I work there, you know? And so, but I think what really makes me mad about it is she makes me care about something while I'm at work, which I try to do. So, but I've never once corrected this woman on my name. Like, I don't think I could. It's already written right in front of her face. But what I have started doing is now anytime I email her back, I just also misspell her name. Yeah. And her name is Erica, so now she's Eric. Just to let her know how important the A is, you know? And I don't know. I don't like anything that makes me pay attention at work. I feel like every company I've ever worked for, I've hated. I want them all to go under. And I want their collapses to be so catastrophic that a federal agency is forced to investigate and they find me as a common denominator. So, all right. I think I've successfully shown you guys that I'm a bad person. That's it for me. Appreciate.
Keep it going for Julia Stone. Very nice person, Julia Stone. Everybody. Not a bad person at all. Come on. No one actually wants day jobs. I mean, come on. That's... I think people don't realize this. They say about that with comedy. They're like, oh, don't quit your day job. And I'm like, isn't everyone who has any hobby ever just going to a day job? Like, all of you have a day job. Like, that's... Or you just don't have as exciting a hobby as we do. That's what I think it is. Everybody, we're going to keep this show rocking and rolling right now. I am excited for this next comic. He is absolutely hilarious. I haven't seen him in way too long. And I'm finally seeing him on Zoom. Maybe I'll see him in person. Let's hear right now for the amazing and talented Mr. Andrew Schiavone, everybody. Let him hear it.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good to be here. We're all over the world, right? Or country, or no one lives in New York City, right? I'm the only one. Right? No, you guys. Okay, yeah. Because I'm sick. I live in New York City. I had to move to the Bronx. That's how affordable it is here. I have, but I got gentrified out. Now but my parents still live in Virginia, and they don't understand how expensive everything is up here. You know, they live very comfortably. They bought their house for like, 2 potatoes and whatever houses cost in the 70s. But they keep pressuring me to buy a house up here. But I looked it up. The average home price in New York City is $1 million. I mean, I don't know if it can happen for you guys. It's probably not going to happen for me. But they won't let it go. My dad was like, if you don't own a house, what are you going to leave to your kids? And I said, your house. That's the plan, Daddy. That's the millennial life plan, I think. But yeah, you guys feel it? Don't you have like your sons living in your basements? That's where I'm gonna be. But yeah, so I've been saving money by buying things secondhand. It's a good way to save money. It's just a little sticky, what you buy. I don't mind. It's just a little sticky. But if it's cookware, I don't know what else you buy there. If it's a blanket, it's a little sticky. I don't ask what the sticky is, but I swear to God, everything at Goodwill is just covered in film. I don't know what it has to be, but that's the price you pay, everybody. 50%. But I went to a garage sale. I haven't been one in a long time, and the internet has ruined garage sales. Like, the people don't have a realistic expectation for what they should expect to get paid for their garbage, really. It's garbage. Selling their garbage. So I went to one. I needed plates. I just moved into a new apartment, and I was looking at a stack of plates, and I go, how much are these? And the guy goes, well, eBay says those are $20. And I go, we're not on eBay. What's the yard price? And he goes, there's still $20. And I'm like, listen, buddy, 2 things. First of all, I'm offering you money to take your garbage. And second of all, I bet the plates on eBay are clean. These ones are sticky. But I'm married, everybody. I made it. Could happen to anyone here. Julie, I don't give up. If I got married, you get married. It's true. I'm a repulsive comedian, and I live in the Bronx. I live in the Bronx, everybody. But the only way I met my wife was there's just so many people in New York, and like the top 2% of hot people date everybody. So the way I found my wife is she was from out of state. Like I basically met her at the airport. I was like, welcome to New York. Want to get a drink? Don't look around. And I like covered her face like this. I'm the hottest man in New York. This is her perspective. And I did that for 3 years, and then we got married. So that's what you got to do, everybody. She has IBS, and I'll say it. She's got IBS. It's fun, I like that she has IBS because I get a lot of alone time. A lot. I'm not. And she gets self-conscious. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I was in there forever." And I said, "You can be in the bathroom longer if you want." Like playing video games in my underwear. Okay. Time to get personal, everyone. Friday night. I guess it's more of my wife's business. But, okay. I got my first compliment as a man. It's rare to get a compliment as a man on the public streets, This guy walks up to me and he goes, "You'd be good on TV." And I made a mistake. I asked a follow-up question. I go, "Why?" And he goes, "Your face, real big. It would look good on a small screen because it's big." I don't know if you guys can tell because it's a Zoom, but my face is big. But I didn't know that until that man. And I go, "Oh my God, why did I ask you? I could have walked around all day thinking I look like a TV star, like Brad Pitt or something." And the guy answers me. He goes, "Beats me, big face," and he just walked away.
Oh, man.
And that's showbiz. That's showbiz. That's people in New York. They'll talk to you if to be mean or whatever. In the Midwest, when I was like traveling, people in the Midwest talk to you for no reason at all, which I found like confusing. Living on the East Coast, like I went to the gas station. I rented a car. I stopped at the gas station to the bathroom, and the cashier at the gas station goes, "Hi," and I go, "Hey, did I do something wrong?" And he's like, I was like, I just want to use the bathroom," and he goes, "Okay." And then when I come out, he goes, "How did it go?" I was like, "It was okay. Worst part about it was talking to you right now." So that was the worst part. What's he going to do with that information, everybody? Is he going to go home to his wife and she's going to be like, "How was work today?" And he's going to be like, "Guy used the bathroom. He said it was good." She's like, "Oh my goodness." Okay, I've been trying to lose weight. New year, new me. And have anyone here ever tried Metamucil? I feel like to me it sounds gross, but it's like Ozempic for poor people. Did you guys know that? It fills your stomach with, I don't know. No one else? Okay, try it out. It just gives me gas, but I don't know. Maybe I'll lose weight. Maybe it'll work. My friends always try to give me health advice and life advice. They're at the age now where they have to share it with me. My one friend was like, "What you got to do every morning, take a cold shower." And I said, "I'm not doing that." And he said, "Why?" And I said, "That's the one joy I have in my life. It's that and breakfast." And he goes, I was also going to talk to you about that. It's called breakfast. And I said, get out of my house. Here's my number. That's all I got, everyone. And lunch. Yeah. Those are good. My mom, so I visit my parents for the holidays, and my parents, I don't know if you guys look like, some people look like my parents' age. They're on their phone more than anyone I know. You know, any millennial, any Gen Z. I walked in for the holidays, my parents are just like this. And I go, hey, and they go, it's 23 degrees.
Ooh.
And I said, yeah, I know that. I was just outside. You heard of it? Have you heard of this place? Outside? And my mom like reads headlines to me, you know, the ones like I don't ask for and stuff. She said, she's like, we were watching TV and she goes, Maggie Smith died, because it came up on her phone. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. She said it's Maggie Smith's birthday. And I said, well, tell her I said hi. And she goes, Maggie Smith is dead. And I go,
Ooh.
cool. I don't even know who Maggie Smith was. Now I know two things about her.
That was good.
All right. Maggie Smith fans or who is it really? Who is that? Should have Googled it. It was her birthday last week. So keep that in mind. Put it in your Apple calendars. My brother went on a trip to Asia, and all he could talk about at dinner was how good American food was in Asia, how better American food was than it is here. He was like, every night, man, I ate at 7-Eleven. What? He said it's different there. They have a sushi bar. Like, that is different. If you ate sushi at a 7-Eleven in the United States, your colon would just dissolve. It would just fall out of you. You'd be rushed to the ER, and they'd be like, "What happened?" And you'd be like, "I ate raw fish at 7-Eleven." And they'd be like, "Yeah, man, we're just gonna wheel you to the morgue.
Sure for that.
Intestines are slurpy. I'm sorry." But yeah, I've been, mental health is important, everybody. We're all inside. That's good for it.
Yeah.
Right? No stress. Everyone has their mental health tricks. My mental health trick is all you need, everybody, is have one good friend who's doing a little worse off than you are. That's it. Sounds me. They don't know it's them. And they probably have somebody else they look to. How low does it go? I didn't believe it until one of my friends was like, I found out he made less money than me, and finding that out made my year. Like, I was ecstatic. I couldn't believe it. He was asking me for advice. Life advice. He's like, should I change career paths? I'm like, you need to stay right where you are, because I need it. Yeah. But therapy is the most important thing, everybody. I'm just kidding. Before therapy, I would have bad people pleasing. If somebody asked me to something I did not want to do, I would just say yes. I didn't know how to say no. Helping a friend move 7 a.m. on a Saturday, I'd be like, okay. But now I've been in therapy for 2 years. I don't do that. I just say I have diarrhea, and it works every time. I'm going to say wear a diaper, no. But one time my friend was like, want to go to my birthday party? I was like, I have diarrhea. And he goes, what? And then I reread the text he sent. The birthday party was in a month. So he just thought I was planning on having diarrhea 30 days from now. He was like, are you okay? I was like, I'm going to be eating at 7-Eleven. So. That's my time, Aaron. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Keep it going for Andrew, everybody. Eating at 7-Eleven. Yeah, American 7-Elevens, just hot dogs. It is funny because that is something I noticed when I was in Japan is that the 7-Elevens were amazing. Like the food was really good. Like you could get real food there. And the best part about that is that there is a comic that I have not seen in many, many, many years. And he had a lot of jokes about being half one ethnicity, half another ethnicity. It was Indian and Japanese. And that was like the punchline to every joke because it's half Indian and half Japanese, which means, and this is his opener, I get my sushi at 7-Eleven.
Nice.
That was his like big opener that he claims he used to perform in front of theaters of 1,000, 2,000 people. And he once showed up to an audition for one of those last comic standing type auditions. And I was not there, but I heard he asked the judges, instead of performing in this awkward space, can I play you a DVD of me performing at a theater? And he brought a little portable DVD player with him. It was hilarious. And if you know who this comic is, trust me, you don't, because no one knows who he is except for him. But he was hilarious accidentally. Everybody, one more time for Andrew. as Andrew accidentally disproved that comic's opening joke, which I find hilarious. Everybody, we do have one more comic for all of you before we get to our final comic. As you guys know, this is a free stand-up comedy show, but if you want to show the comic some love, if you want to make it so I can keep running this show and paying for things like MailChimp and a website. I don't have a website. What am I saying? But I may get a website for this show. We're going to turn things around. We're going to make things amazing. Make it a massive, huge adventure. But things like that, things with like the Zoom membership, all that stuff, you can send us some tips. Oh, and to pay the comics. That's the main thing. If you're wondering how much is a good amount, suggest $5 per person watching the show. If you're having a great time, go for $10 per person. If this is the most amazing show you have ever seen, $11 per person watching the show. Go nuts, have fun. It's going to be amazing. I'll put those links again. It's livingroomcomedy@gmail.com on Venmo, PayPal, and Zelle. And guess what? Look what link I snuck in there. A link to my Etsy shop. I put that on there too. You can go to etsy.com/shop/funny Aaron. You can go there and check it out and download those. Evil Dave did. I want to know the feedback from Evil Dave. I want to know the feedback from everyone you gave those cards to, how they went over, and if people actually read the card, or if they just opened it really quickly to see if there was a check inside, and then didn't see my amazing jokes. That's what I'm curious about. Everybody, we've got one more comic for you. He is absolutely hilarious. We also just did a Zoom show together yesterday. He's welcome to do the same jokes, different jokes. This is free. It's free here, Dustin. Whatever you want to do, just go for it. I'm excited to hear about the barn, hopefully. Let's hear right now for the amazing and talented Mr. Dustin Chafin, everybody. Let him hear it.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? I really thought that DVD thing was going to work. I thought it was going to get me on television. Just kind of backfired. Whole thing backfired on me. Well, it's been a fun show. Andrew, I have a problem. All my friends are way more successful than me. I'm the weak link. Yeah, I wish I had a friend that was unsuccessful. I have a friend. He's doing so well. He bought another house in his cul-de-sac because he didn't want liberals moving in the cul-de-sac. That's how successful he is. He just bought the random house in the cul-de-sac. So, yeah, that's fun. I love your daughter, Aaron, makes espressos. That's amazing. I used to make margaritas for my parents' family. And I swear, I'm not lying. They make me wear a little sombrero. It was hilarious. It was racist and just inappropriate at the same time. It was the 70s and the 80s. Nobody cared. Yeah, this is fun. Also, I wanted to also say the dentist. You talk about the dentist. I had a dentist in Queens, New York, and he had really big hands, which I just think that if you're a dentist, you know what I mean? If you have big hands, I don't think that's the choice you make in life. You know what I mean? If you're 7'2", you're not going to be a fighter pilot. You know what I mean? If you have huge hands, you just make that choice. And he was also Russian. And so he pulled my teeth like I owed him money. It was just it was, I thought it was the marathon man. Okay. Thank you. One person gets a good Dustin Hoffman reference. That's who I was named after. My mother was pregnant, and she saw Midnight Cowboy. So I was named after a prostitute. So that's fun. Could have been Rizzo, but she went with his real name. I really love this crowd, and there's a lot of delay on the laughs, so it's really rambunctious tonight, and I'm feeling it. I can't believe Andrew is married. And I can't believe Aaron has a kid. Like, I'm always weird when comedians are like do adulting. You know what I mean? It never makes sense to me. I'm like, really? You're a comedian. You're not supposed to have a kid. You're not supposed to be married with the paperwork. That's so crazy. This doesn't make sense to me. Because I am a comedian and my girlfriend is a comedian, which is just chaos. Like, it should not happen. Our house is just messy all the time. It's like a comedy condo. Like, nobody trusts the condiments in the fridge. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff is everywhere all the time. It's horrible. And, we end every argument with, hey, I'm going to use that. And then we just fight over who gets the joke. It's awful. Two comedians. And we've been engaged, listen to this, over like 15 years. We've been engaged. Like, I asked her to marry me 15 years ago. Still not married. Because every time we plan a wedding, somebody gets a gig. And it's like, I would marry you, but I got that Al's Crab Shack in Pensacola. You know what I mean? Our love can wait. That's $250 in drink tickets. You know what I mean? Those don't just come every day. So we've been on the road. We've been traveling and doing comedy, and like, it was kind of the thing. We drove from LA to Maine, and we just been going across country. And so we're about 2 states away from breaking up. And it's just stuck in a car. And she likes to play books on audio or whatever. So it's a lot. Like, I want her to be happy. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll listen to Harry Potter on audio again and again and again. I think that's the most maddening thing in the world, is hearing the whole Harry Potter experience through your ears. It's a lot, but she's good. But our apartment is really messy, and I've tried to bring in a professional, but the thing is, they only send men over, which is weird. I don't know. It's because I'm a guy, and then I ask for the maid service or cleaning service, and they only send dudes. So they always send like a man maid or something, and it's always some banged up dude. This last guy, it was dragging like a dirty vacuum cleaner down the sidewalk wearing flip-flops. And I was like, okay, I'm about to let this guy in my house. His neck tattoo, the whole thing. Comes to my house, and I'm just following him around my apartment, just putting like valuables underneath my, okay. Yeah, you can clean that, and let me put my iPad here. And then I gave him some space, and I tell you what, I misjudged the whole thing. He cleaned my bathroom spotless with a toothbrush. Yeah, it was my toothbrush. Exactly. Don't step on my punchlines. And then another guy, a dude, came over to clean my house. I swear to you, 15 minutes in, he goes, I need to take a break. And he fell asleep on my couch. Like, I went out to get the mail. And there was a grown man asleep on my couch. That there was just some random stranger on my couch. I had to wake up. It was crazy. That was really awkward. And then another guy came over, and he asked me what I did. I go, I'm a comedian. He goes, me too. And I was like, great, this is my future. And right here. And the thing is, he's really persistent. He emails me all the time trying to hook him up. Like, he actually tried to get on this show. I was like, dude, difficult show to get on. I love you guys. You guys are so fun. Hold on a second. I need to check my I got my next door neighbor app. You guys get those? Anybody on a neighbor app where you're trying to see what's going on in your neighborhood? Mine's in LA, and it just says more coyotes. That's all it says. Okay. Watch your pets. Watch your pets. Yeah. So I was with my mom for Thanksgiving, and she just moved in one of those assisted living places. And, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like Melrose for old people. You know what I mean? Like Melrose, because they fall a lot. But she's there. and I'm glad she's there. She's having a good time. But I wasn't prepared for how horny older men are. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot. They're always aggressively kind of hitting on her in front of me, and it's a lot. When you're about to square up with a dude in a walker. You know what I mean? It's like I'll break that other hip. All right, buddy, back it up. So we spent Thanksgiving there, and we had barbecue and the thing, and my brother was there with my girlfriend and my brother and my mom. And my brother, all he talks about is being in the Army. Well, here's the deal. He was never in the Army. Ever. He's never in the Army. That's what he calls prison, because he doesn't want people to think he was in prison. So when I was in the Army, a guy got killed in the shower. I'm like, well, I'm never going in the Army. But so it's very, very weird. Okay. I was raised wrong. I really was. I grew up in a biker bar. I don't know if anybody had that experience. I'm sure. I remember just being a little kid, like a child, sitting at a bar having a Shirley Temple next to a dude facing manslaughter. Like that was my childhood. Okay, that didn't go over as well. It was a little too close. You guys feel my pain? Is that what it is? Okay. My mom thinks everything is real on the internet. That's been fun. Trying to convince her that she's not really dating a person. She thinks she's dating online. She does. She thinks she's dating an African prince. And I don't think your knight in shining armor is going to ask for your Cash App handle. You know what I mean? She does. She's talking to these people and they're scamming her, and she thinks it's like like You've Got Mail, like a 90s rom-com. It's just like, it's like, you're not going to meet Tom Hanks' mom. You're going to meet the lead pirate from Captain Phillips. That's who you're going to meet. Lead pirate from Captain Phillips. That's it. People say I don't look like I'm having a good time while I do comedy. I don't know. I've gotten this a lot. I only know what it feels like to be a woman. You know what I mean? Where they're like, smile, will it kill you? Like I've gotten off stage. And people are like, you don't look like you're having fun. And I was like, dude, I almost died, OD'd in a hospital. Like this is sometimes the pain seeps through, this is my face. I have this face at Disneyland. Like this is as excited as I get. And anyway, that was it. But I am sober, and 16 years this year. It was a great year being sober that long. And don't clap or anything, because I'm not happy. I'm not, and, I just have to feel all the time, and it's a horrible thing. And and people try to relate. This guy was like, well, I'm a chocoholic. I was like, yeah, not the same thing. Yeah, I never ate so much chocolate that ruined the first 10 years of my career. You know what I mean? Like, never had so much super fudge chunk that I had a meltdown on Last Comic Standing. You know what I mean? That's real.
Wow.
People say dumb things to you. They really do. One guy said, he says, this chicken sandwich is so good. It's like crack. And I was just like, really? Did you sell your grandmother's jewelry to buy that chicken sandwich? Did you? Yeah. One guy told me he's addicted to exercise. It was like, really? I don't know about you. I never blacked out and woke up with abs, on a treadmill with one shoe. How'd I get here? This is crazy. I watch a lot of addiction shows. It's My Strange Addiction. Phenomenal show. Makes you feel good about your addictions. I mean, people are addicted to some crazy stuff. There's a guy on there addicted to eating couch cushions. Like it's his thing. Like, you can't stop. Can you imagine that? Like, you want to like watch the game. You're like, hey, come over, guys. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Larry ate half the couch again, so we can't watch the game. He broke into a rent-a-center. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you, guys. God bless America. Bye bye.
Keep it going for Dustin, everybody. Yeah, clap it up for all the comics that you've seen, for Dustin, for Andrew, for Julia. And I forgot to say shout out to everybody watching us on Comedy Hub on Twitch. Clap it up for them as well. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Give yourselves an amazing round of applause. It's 2025 and we made it. Really appreciate that you are here with us doing this show every Friday at 8 p.m. Different comics each week. We'll hang for a couple minutes so you guys can chat. Once again, really do appreciate those tips. It's livingroomcomedy@gmail.com on everything. Everybody have a great night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the first full week of January. And if you're anywhere in the mid-Atlantic, good luck with this snowstorm that's apparently coming that everyone's freaking out about. So good luck with the snow. Dustin's going to be staying in New York City, staying on our couch for a couple days. And our daughter's going to make him espresso the whole time. It's going to be amazing, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Thank you.